Just think about that for a second. That book you've been meaning to write, the business you want to start, even just that workout you keep putting off till tomorrow. What if the force stopping you is real, it's relentless, and it has a name?
Welcome to MindSwitch Books. Today, we are diving into a modern classic, The War of Art by Stephen Pressfield. Now, this isn't just another self-help book. It is a battle manual for the war inside all of us. Pressfield puts a name to the single enemy standing between you and your best work, and he lays out a powerful strategy to beat it every single day. So stick around, because we're about to identify this enemy, we're going to learn its sneaky tactics, and most importantly, we're going to uncover the one mindset shift that makes it powerless. This is your roadmap to finally doing the work you know you were meant to do. All right, first things first. Before you can fight an enemy, you have to know who or what you're up against. Pressfield gives this universal force of self-sabotage a simple and frankly perfect name. He calls it resistance. You know this feeling. It's like a negative magnetic force pushing you away from anything that would actually help you grow. It's that sudden, overwhelming urge to check your email or clean the fridge the moment you sit down to write. It's that little voice whispering, "You're not good enough. Who do you think you are?" Its only job, its entire reason for being, is to keep you exactly where you are. And here's the thing about this enemy. It's a master of disguise. It's inside you, but it'll blame everything outside of you. Your job, your family, the economy. And it is a brilliant liar. It will cook up the most logical-sounding excuses to get you to quit. But, and this is the most important part, resistance has one tell. It's infallible. It's like a compass. The more resistance you feel towards something, the more fear you have, the more certain you can be that that is exactly what you need to do. It points you directly to your calling. Now, this quote from the book, it's shocking, right? But it shows you the sheer power we're dealing with. Before he was a dictator, Hitler's dream was to be an artist. He tried, and he failed. Resistance beat him. Pressfield's point is absolutely terrifying. The force of resistance is so powerful, so soul-crushing, that a person might find it easier to unleash hell on earth than to simply face their own creative work. That is the enemy. Okay, so we've met the enemy. It's powerful, it's sneaky, and it lives inside every single one of us. So how in the world do we fight back? Well, Pressfield argues that this entire war is won or lost based on one single conscious decision you make. It's the choice to stop being an amateur and to turn pro. And this right here, this is the heart of the whole book. See, the amateur only works when they feel inspired. They're a weekend warrior. But the professional, the pro plays for keeps. They show up 7 days a week, rain or shine, like it's their job. The amateur is terrified of failure because their ego, their very identity, is tied to the outcome. The professional is detached. They can fail miserably today and still show up at 9 a.m. tomorrow ready to work. The amateur needs validation from others, but the pro validates themselves. And let's be clear, this has nothing to do with money. It's a mindset. It's an identity shift. This is the secret weapon. Resistance is a bully. It feeds on your amateur mindset, on your doubt, on your fear. But the second you make that conscious decision, the moment you say, "I am a professional and I show up no matter what," you cut off its food supply. You become a completely different kind of opponent, someone resistance can't just shove around anymore. It's a pure act of will. So does this whole battle feel a little too familiar? If you're getting something out of this, do me a quick favor and hit that like button and maybe share this with someone you know who's in the trenches, fighting their own war with resistance. It helps to know you're not alone in this fight. Okay, so this whole turning pro thing sounds great, right? But what does it actually look like day to day? Don't worry, Pressfield doesn't just leave you with a nice idea. He gives us a clear, actionable code of conduct. This is your daily battle plan. The professional's code is basically 6 simple but not easy habits. Number 1, you show up. Every day. Period. Inspiration doesn't lead to work. Work leads to inspiration. 2, you're patient. You know this is a marathon. 3, you act in the face of fear. The fear never leaves, you just learn to work with it. 4, 0 excuses. Giving in today makes it twice as easy to give in tomorrow. 5, you endure. Rejection, criticism, you let it roll right off your back. And finally, number 6, you master your craft. You respect it. You are always a student. And this quote, wow, it gets right to the heart of it. This isn't about finding some magical, blissful, creative state. No, Pressfield, who was a Marine, says the professional learns to be miserable. They learn to love the grind, to embrace the difficulty, because they know that's where the real work gets done.
There's a strange kind of honor in the struggle. And that grit, that's what separates the pros from the amateurs.
So, you do all this. You fight the war every day. You turn pro. You even learn to love being miserable. So what's the big prize? Is it just about finishing your project? Well, Pressfield says the real reward is something much, much bigger than that. It's almost spiritual.
See, the act of showing up day in and day out, it's more than just a habit. It's a ritual. You're sending a signal out into the universe that you are serious. And when you do that, Pressfield says, something incredible starts to happen. You start to open up a channel to something else.
To get what he means, you have to understand his model of who we are. He says we're split. You've got the ego, that's our everyday, conscious mind. It's scared, it wants to stay safe, it wants to keep everything the same. Resistance, that's the ego's private army. But then there's the self, our deeper, true core. The part of us that wants to grow, to create, to evolve. And that daily fight against resistance, it's really the ego trying to shut down the call of the self. And this is the ultimate reward. When you finally commit, when you turn pro and answer that call from the self, you are no longer fighting alone. Call it whatever you want, the muse, God, angels, your unconscious mind, the name doesn't matter. What matters is that by doing the work, you activate these unseen allies. Ideas start to flow to you. The right people show up. You become like a magnet for everything you need. You're no longer just pushing a boulder up a hill by yourself. It feels like a powerful, invisible wind is at your back. So here's the bottom line. Resistance never, ever goes away. It will be there waiting for you tomorrow morning. The battle has to be fought fresh every single day. The professional accepts this. They wake up, they salute the enemy, and they go to war. So the only question this book really leaves us with is, are you ready to fight?
Thank you so much for joining us for this deep dive into the war of art. I really hope it's giving you a new way to think about and to win your own creative battles.
You know, this is one of those books you don't just read once. You keep it on your desk as a constant ally. For more explainers that can change the way you think, be sure to subscribe to the channel. And if you're ready to get your own battle manual, just click the link in the description to grab your copy of The War of Art.
Until next time, keep fighting the good fight.